Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we got some updates to the restriction and ban list for Fusion World. Also, how the game works is a little ruling update too. So pretty exciting stuff. They were announced for a little bit. We're gonna go over what they are and my thoughts, and real quick because I know a lot of people are thinking about it too. So the tabletop change is gonna come July 1st, 2024. So that's when the change for all this is gonna happen for that, and then the online client won't be updated until July 11th. So it will be an additional 10 days. It will be 3 weeks from this video coming out until the digital version has this change as well. So that is the idea for it. And let's just kind of jump on into it. So there are going to be two ban cards and one restricted card. The first ban card is Roshi, which I think this card was pretty understood to be hit on this guy. They do have these little notes too. So this card skills lets player adjust their life cards, making it easier to control the awakened timing, along with the cost reduction for extra cards, greatly affecting the ability to deliver a final decisive blow late in game. As a result, the frequency of red decks has increased too much, so to help balance this out, we're going to ban this Roshi. So I'm not too surprised. I think the rough part, though, is that there's already 4 different printings and art for this guy, so a little bit rough from that because they had like the TP promo and then like the regionals promo for it too. But I think this card just it needed to go for how it worked. I think it was like a little bit too strong for how it used its own effect and everything, and just too many decks for taking advantage of it too. So there's the 10k from it. So the next one is Rebrand. So this card is one that I definitely was on my radar. So this card, which has double strike when combined with a leader skill, can be played for just 1 cost. It lets the player go on a rampage-like attack. In most conditions, the defending player becomes greatly limited in options to and maintain their life cards at a certain level, which greatly decreases the chance to win. Due to this, we decided to designate this card as a banned card as well. So again, I think that when they made set 1 and how the balance of the game works right now, they've really kind of slowed it down where double strike is like a effect that's on a higher cost card. So you have to pretty much, if you want a double strike, you have to spend a lot of resources to play the card that turn, and then you don't have ways to bump it up with additional extra cards and stuff. Rebrand gets around that super easily, and I would say too easily. So the flexibility of being able to play double striker for 1, I think, is too good for this game, and I'm happy they agree. I think it just needs to get out of this, so I'm happy for that. But lastly, we do have the restricted card is Kefla, and so I ended up, and this is all the restrictions on the hit. So you'll realize that I made a video a couple days ago on my predictions. I had Roshi banned for sure. I had Rebrand either ban or the leader errata, and then I didn't know what to do with Kefla, and so restricting it is an option. I do think this is a little bit overkill though. I really don't know if like when you want to balance something, right, you want to make it bring it down to the power level of everything, and I feel like this made it more so that top Q doesn't exist in the format, which just feels kind of worse in my opinion. So I could be wrong on that too, but it does stink that Kefla doesn't get to be consistent with what it is. Again, either if leader effect may do have to pay 2 or something like that, I think that'd be fine. I also think like decks like Beerus probably got hit the hardest with Roshi and Kefla being at 0 and 1 copies now. Obviously the top Q got hit pretty hard too, but I do think that deck might be able to still function a little bit. It's just that if they want to do a double strike for game, they have to spend 5 energy for a Goku or something like that. But the explanation for this one is being able to play this card multiple times in a match using the leader skill of Son Goku gives the player a clear advantage. It's a powerful on-play effect, making it stable at this time. Has good synergy to progress the game, which results in more players than anticipated using it, and battles becoming one-sided. Designate this as a restricted card, and that's how it is. So I it's fine, I guess. The meta will 100% change. I don't know if it's going to change for the better. And again, I think that Roshi and Rebrand are definitely 100%. Like the interactions that they made, I think they needed to leave. So I'm happy they agree with it. Kefla is just kind of weird. I don't know. Either that or like make it a 4 cost 25k all the time. It's going to be tricky to see. I don't, as much as Red was doing really well, this wasn't a thing where I thought that Red needed to leave the format, and maybe it hasn't, but it definitely lost a lot of good tools. So I don't know. I think just Roshi ban would have been good enough, and then Beerus could have kept Kefla for maybe, but that's the reality that we're not going to go into. So again, this is the This is going to happen on the 11th for the digital client and the 1st for this. I also don't know how this is going to happen, and maybe they'll announce it. My guess is that we're just going to get some wild cards for it, but I don't. If we already have these cards crafted in the game, I don't know if they're going to do any refund. Most of the games that I play do have some kind of like, oh, you can refund it for 100%. So I didn't pull any Keflas. So if you guys, so I guess that kind of lucked out for me. But if you have 4 copies of Kefla, I'd be interested to see if it does give you your points back, or what they want to do for that. In general, I think the whole system needs to change anyways, but that's for another video. So there's that. And then lastly, we do have a important rules change as well. So before, the draw 1 card from the top of your deck was only for second player and then going forward. But you get to draw 1 on the start of the game if you're going first. So both players draw a card at the start of the turn. Every turn, I guess, how it is. So this also will be changed on July 11th on the digital and July 1st moving forward. But I think this is a pretty good change. Going second had quite the advantage because they got the draw and the energy marker. I also think this will make a huge difference for crit decks, so like Goku Black, which I'm a really big fan of. I think this is a pretty good change, and it will probably make it a little bit more balanced for those decks that do end up going first. So I do know it's hard to balance going first or second in a game like this where the resources are what they're like, but I think this is fine for what it is. And again, I'm looking for, I think like crit decks, I think Bears gets a little bit better. I think Goku Black gets a little bit better. Maybe Cooler gets better. I don't think anyone's playing Cooler right now, but I think that's a big change, and I didn't want this to be missed on the bigger announcement. I think at least for the day of, which the restrictions and everything are happening. So I don't really have much more to say. I do think that the meta will be a little bit more open, at least for a couple weeks. But again, I don't know. I didn't want red to be gone, and I do fear that with Kefla and with everything else, it might be gone. But at the same time, if red, the entire color, was only viable because you could play Kefla, I don't know how that mentions the balance or the color or even the deck itself. So, but yeah, no other cards got hit from any other colors, which I think, based on like the turn results, makes sense. But I do think that there could be some additional changes to those as well. So we'll keep an eye on it. I probably won't do any digital client stuff until July 11th myself, but once that does come out, I'll do some streams with it as well. And we'll probably try to do a tournament with the new rule set and new restriction list next month as well. We'll keep an eye on that too. So I think that's going to be it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think about these bans and restricts, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it.